Why did you pick that particular lifetime? What is it you wanted to understand from it?
Because it was such a happy lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And empowered. And she was in touch with her own personal power.
Mm-hmm.
Which she doesn't seem to be this time. But she's getting there. She will get there.
Mm-hmm.
I think she started.
She started on her journey.
Yeah, she has, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least she's aware of it now.
And she's aware of it now. And with this session, we'll be able to help her move forward on a spiritual path and resolve lots of issues that has held her back for so long.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So also ask with the higher conscious, also scan Carol's body to help heal any discomforts that she has in her body that she's aware of, and also those that she's not aware of. Would you be able to do this while we continue?
Yes.
Thank you. She'd be very grateful for this. Carol's also brought forward many questions that she wants to know about her life. And one of the things she wants to ask about is her life purpose. She wants to know what her life purpose is, and has she achieved any of it so far?
Spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she has. She started on her path.
Mm-hmm.
But there's lots more to experience. And she's got lots to look forward to. Because she loves it. She loves it. And so just continue with the development.
And is there any particular places that she needs to go which would best help her with her development?
Yeah, what we want to do is we want to get the art and the spiritual more combined.
Mm-hmm. And how should she best do this? What advice would you give her on this?
I think she needs to learn a technique of actually combining the two things.
Mm-hmm. Is this something new to her, or does she have an idea
This
already?
will be new.
It will be new.
Yeah.
And when will she realise this?
Soon.
And will she be in a teaching role for people?
Once she's mastered the technique, she'll then be able to teach it herself.
And from a human time perspective, in what time would you suggest this may happen?
We'd like to teach her the technique this year,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe in 2 years she'll be able to teach it.
Mm-hmm. So she has a lot of work ahead of her.
She does.
Mm-hmm. She also says that she thinks she's a nice, kind, generous person, but why has her life been so difficult for
Lessons.
her? Lessons. Mm-hmm. And what lessons in particular has she had to learn?
She's had to learn to stand up for herself.
Mm-hmm. And what is
She's had to learn to fight her corner.
Mm-hmm. And what is the purpose of her needing these lessons so she can stand up strong and fight her corner?
Because if you're too nice, people will walk all over you.
Mm-hmm. And there's been a problem for her up to now. And she's asked about her career path as well. She loves art, creativity and drama, and she wants to know if she's used any of these skills in her previous life.
Yes, she has, yes. Both.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't think she has a natural ability. She doesn't think she's as good as she really is. She has a belief that all women are bitches and all men abandon her.
Not true.
So what advice would you give her regarding this?
It's rubbish.
And does she realise this now? Does she still need to learn the lessons on this?
I think she knows it's rubbish.
She felt that she was not loved as a child, and she's worked hard and she's done her best to earn love. And it has been a really big challenge for her, and it's affected her for all of her life. What advice would you give her on this?
She is loved. She's always been loved, and she always will be loved.
And who's she loved by?
Us.
Mm-hmm. And what about the people on the earth plane?
Don't worry about them, they're idiots.
But she believes that there are people here that loves her.
There are some that love her, yes.
There are some.
Yeah.
And Jim in particular loves her.
Jim loves her.
For who she is.
Chloe loves her.
And there are many people around her.
She's had friends.
Mm-hmm. And maybe she just needs a reminder of this because of her own low self-esteem.
Correct.
And she also wants to know about spiritualism. She comes from a totally non-religious family, but she's been very passionate about spiritualism and reincarnation. So why has this happened that she's come from a non-religious family? What was the reason for that?
Because it was a contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows this is the truth. She knows the truth when she sees it. Truth is very important. Truth and justice.
Mm-hmm.
She knows this is the truth. It just sits right.
Mm-hmm. Why did she choose Brenda and Malcolm as parents for her in this lifetime?
Because they were idiots as well.
Mm-hmm. But did they need to bring her up in a way to help her learn her lesson about standing
No,
up
they
for
were a
herself?
bit harsh.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda was a bit harsh.
Mm-hmm.
She overplayed the role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a pantomime dame overplays the role. That's what she did. She overplayed it
Mm-hmm.
to Carol's detriment.
Mm-hmm.
She went above and beyond what she was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She has been chastised for that.
She has. So no doubt she needs to come back and learn the lessons again.
Unfortunately, yes.
Mm-hmm. Colours and ribbons. And is this a tool that she can use when she's doing her spiritual work
Yes.
to help to get messages?
Yes, correct.
And when she uses colours, who is she connecting with? Who's her guides?
We can't answer this.
Mm-hmm. So will the guides be able to help give her answers?
Don't know.
How could she know when her guides have connected to her? Will she get a feeling in her body somewhere?
She can always use the colours.
She uses the colours. Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't need the colours. She can do it without the colours now.
So the colours are just as a prop for her.
It's just a...
Just there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So she also has some questions about her mother, and she has a lot of anger issues towards her mother.
Well, who wouldn't?
So she has certainly been tested by her mother to the extent that it's affected all of her life.
Correct.